want you to experiment. I need you to experiment. Um, and what I mean by that is try multiplying it, then adding it or rooting it out, to see what you get. So let's add them up. Put that plus sign in between. So when we talk about something, we are talking about the sum of these things. And these things are the numbers to each letter in anything. Everything is a number. The master teacher said, get used to doing the math. Everything is a number, and it all can also be correlated back to the periodic table of the 99 elements. We have 99 plus 1 nataru, okay, elementally. Got it? So, for those of you that decided to multiply your numbers, great. After you multiply them, then if you've got more than, of course you will have more than one sum total, okay, because the total will be the sum of those things, meaning you might come up with one digit, a double digit, triple digit, to infinity and beyond. Okay, now I was taught that the earthly master vibrations are 11, 22, 33, 44, and 55, and 66, 77, 88. And then we go all the way up to 99, starting out the heavenly master vibrations. So everything has a plane, everything has a color. It's all relative, but it's all numerical. I like to call it numerology. Him being one of the many Nataru form, working on the potter's wheel, making hued kinds, cloning us. Okay, so if you've done that, then you know to root your numbers. Now, if it's the master numbers, usually 11, 22, 33, 44, 55, and up, we normally don't separate those and root them. You know, so like, for instance, we know if, okay, so if you wanted to do 99, you know, 9 plus 9 is 18, and we know 1 plus 8 is 9. The whole point is that everything repeats itself. At the end is a new beginning. 9 is a cyclic number, or number. The deity, the Natar Kanum, worked with numbers. He constructed by numbers the hued beings, those who are kind of like us, hued mankind. And then more than likely behind him, sometimes you see Zahutwi, and sometimes you might see the Natar Tet Sheshet, okay, other lady, feminine, sacred feminine of Kanumbers. You will see her also measuring and recording the numbers of every living thing within our perception as well as beyond our perceptions. Okay, so if you multiplied and then you rooted and you came up with one digit after you rooted, then that is your primary messenger numerically. The other numbers in the Ren and within language and in everything in life, I don't care if you're talking about it, IT. Do the math on it. Do the math on everything. As esoteric students of the master teacher, Pana Babyanenin, who is the truth, you know, Pasawap Kawun Pasawap. It's the truth. He just is. He is who he is. So that's what I want you to get your knowing curious about. You know, and then after you do that, yes, each primary number or each digit has an inner meaning. Okay, and that we will get into in our next meeting. And you can Google it. You know, put in your browser what is the spiritual, metaphysical, however you know, meaning of each number. Okay, to associate yourself with those inner meanings. A lot of times on the internet, they refer to them as angel numbers. That your I think they like to refer to them as your archangels, your master guides. Da 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 da. We respect that. However, we always want to relate things back to our culture because that is where it all began with us. I want to say to you that remember Tamu Nefuset is also included in these calculations by way of the vowels. We know without the vowels we could not utter intelligently where we could be understood anything. So your vowels A, E, I, O, U, W, and Y. 7. I know in the Western world they say A, E, I, O, U. You know, they just give you the 5. There are 7. And there may be some that I'm not aware of. Just let me know, family. You ain't got to go off criticizing me. Just let me know. Reach out and let me know. Reach out and let Brother Zamal Nasureye Atun know. And he will get that information to me for me to investigate and examine it for myself. Again, I am a lover of learning. So, we have A, E, I, O, U, W, and Y. Y is transformative, meaning it's an imitator. It doesn't really have a sound of its own. It takes on the sound of any vowel, mainly vowel, that it is placed by. And we have a W. Now, we know how the W looks like, you know, 2 V's. Actually, listen to it. W. Okay, so if you wrote a U and wrote another U right beside it and connect it together, you get your W. So, ask yourself, is that really an individual letter, or is that just a combination of the 2 U's? And so, Ta, we know, is earth. Mu, we know, is water. Nifu, we know, is air. Set, we know, is fire. Okay, and beyond that we go into ether, or aether, helium, which is they like to refer to it allegorically as the 5th element. At first they say, and when I say they, I'm talking about within the scientific community, within the physics community, within the quantum physics community, within the neurophysicists community, within the archaeology community, all those scientific communities. Okay, the biologists, the geneticists, This is what they're looking at, are the constructs of and the combination of chemicals. Um, our ancestors, Ta, Mu, Nifu, and Set. Helium. Okay, the master teacher takes his time to teach us on everything, and he will go in depth on things when we ask him the proper questions. And he wants to know, have you studied? Know what you're talking about to formulate your question when you question him or any of us. Okay, have some idea at least. Know it, come back, ask the question, and to get the correct information. Let me know it in the letter, because I asked a very broad and general question about Anunu, and I didn't get my answer. You know why? Because he told me, until you learn how to ask the question correctly, you will not get the answer. Don't you love it? I love him. I love him. He answered all my. I asked him 13 questions. 13 questions. He answered every one of them, and he gave me an answer to the one that he didn't answer. I love him. He's like that. So let us look into the Nataru elementally connected and associated with our RINs. Let us discover our paths numerically within our RINs. The consonants are another thing. Okay. However, we definitely want to start off with the vowels, with the elements. They are the masters within our RIN, and that's how they watch us. They even watch us through our RIN to know whether we're living up to that particular vibration, that office, that title, whatever you want to call it, because that's what our names are. He says you start off with the name, and then with an attribute, okay, and then it goes even further. So remember these things, family. I'm sure I've taken up more than enough of your precious time as we know it and recognize it. I want to take the time out to always extend my love and my care to each of us, to all of us. Let us remember to learn to love and care, and let us provide suitable environments of learning our culture in environments of pure Ashuk. At this time, I will say, Wadu Yasar